Josh and Jon analyse Pimblett vs Ferguson before it all goes down. Sean Strickland sends a message about the world we live in. Jones reveals he was ready to lose it all, and a fighter is subject to one of the most devastating fouls of all time. All in today's video. On the Weigh In podcast, Josh and Jon doubt Paddy Pimblett's striking before his fight with Tony Ferguson, explain where he can dominate, and reveal that this is Ferguson's easiest matchup in a long time.
I gotta be honest, Paddy's coming off of not so great performance. He just got married. That means there was some extra eating involved. There was a honeymoon, but he's coming off that.
He gains weight, but he gets it off.
What concerns me, though, is that the physical strength at the age that Tony's at and the damage that he's taken. It's the physical strength. Can he take the shots that Paddy will give him on the feet? And not only that, Nate's probably got one of the best, if not the best, guillotines in the game. And he caught him with the guillotine. But Paddy's got the physical strength to really, really drive it home. Like, you know, in terms of like getting to the guillotine, getting to the triangles, those type of things. Now, I think the grappling goes towards Tony. But Tony's physical strength, he's not a strong guy. He was able to maneuver himself out of positions with some of his flexibility, his awkward style of grappling, but he can't do it anymore. You see him doing the knee slides, the takedown knee slides.
Yeah, I know.
In the cage before he warms up. He doesn't even go all the way to his knee anymore. Like, he just kind of walks through it. His body is banged up. Whether he thinks mentally he can do it, his physically he can't do it. He's damaged his body too much. His elbows are probably fucked up from punching and from armbar defenses with that Charles Oliveira fight.
Yeah,
the damage he took mentally and I think physically in that Justin Gaethje fight, definitely not good. The knockout by Michael Chandler. Those are just the three that really are fresh in my mind that did the most work. Not a good situation, man. And Paddy, he's young, he's spry, he's got power in his hands, he's physically strong.
He's not that good in the stand-up.
He's not good at all.
He's not that big a power striker.
He's not. He's a lot faster. You look at the guys that Tony has fought. I can't take anything away from him, man. Like the guys he's lost to, they're all really good.
If you're going to be honest and look at it, if Dave pulls up the record of Paddy Pimblett, Soren Bach's got to win over him. Soren Bach is, a really good grappler. Good wrestler, took him down, controlled him. But if you take a look at those fights, name me the name that you go, wow.
I can't. And if you remember, was it the Vargas fight? He got dropped in that fight. Remember, he almost got finished.
Yeah.
It was his first fight in the UFC, I believe.
No, that was
the second. Okay. He got dropped. He got in a lot of trouble in that fight. He makes mistakes. He fights really aggressive. He gets himself tired. He does cut a lot of weight, so the fatigue sets in around halfway through the second round. I just look at youth as a motherfucker.
The speed is an absolute concern in this fight. If Paddy fights smart and tries to stay on the, his bike and on the outside and just uses speed to get in and land shots, I think he's got a great shot at winning the fight.
You say he doesn't have a lot of power. I agree he doesn't have a lot of power. But if I'm able to hit you 2 or 3 times before you can start defending,
That's true.
I don't need a lot of power. I just need to hit you in the right spots.
Right.
Tony's not a great wrestler. He's good.
Yeah, but he's a way better wrestler than
Yes,
Paddy.
but Tony doesn't shoot. If he can come out and have a first round like he did against Michael Chandler, he might be able to finish Paddy. Tony's done too much damage, I feel like, to his body. And as much as I want him to win this fight, he's got his hands full.
You're going with Paddy.
I'm not going with anyone right now. I think it's a 50-50 fight. I think, Paddy coming off the long layoff, not having a great performance last fight, getting married. Maybe it's refocused him, whatever it was. I don't know. I think Tony, he's got something to prove. He doesn't finally take the tension off with all this guy's ranked number 4, this guy's ranked number 7. All that's gone now. I mean, Tony he's not in the rankings now, so he's gonna have to try to get this win over this young buck. Tough fight.
And Sean Strickland sends a very important message about the materialistic world we live in and says he wants no part of it.
The entire world makes you feel inadequate. Everything we do, from what you wear to what you drive, you are born living in a commercial. When you're a little infant and you're watching TV, you are born looking at Audi and Mercedes commercials. When you handing a kid a cell phone, they are born and they're being brainwashed. And I love America more than anything, but I do not recognize the world we live in. We are creating a generation of boys who judge their character by what they drive and what they wear. And so the reason why, unless someone wants to give me a car for free.
This is the speech from Fight Club, by the way.
Unless somebody wants to give me a car for free, I'm not doing it. But I just as far as there's a camera in my face, I don't want to participate in making people feel like you are not enough.
Then Sean gives his honest opinion of Andrew Tate.
if you meet a girl and she doesn't want to be with you while you're driving a fucking Hyundai Accent, she ain't the fucking one, dude. So,
because that just means she's not a high value woman. You gotta get you a high value woman, not the low value women. Red pill, blah blah blah.
Let me tell you, if Andrew Tate was right here, bro, he wouldn't even make eye contact with me. He'd be so fucking scared of me.
Back onto the Ferguson-Paddy fight, DC had this to say about Tony Ferguson. Is it as simple as he just needs one? Because imagine what happens if Tony Ferguson beats Paddy Pimblett. He said before the last fight, it's going to be a fight right now. 5 more fights, I'm on the title. So it's not like he has lost that desire to fight. He has not lost the thought that he can be a world champion. I'm going to tell you this right now, and this is a saying as old as time, fellas. Every great champion has one more night in him. We saw it with George Foreman when he beat Michael Moorer. He did not belong in the ring with Michael Moorer. We've seen so many great fighters have one great night where if you close your eyes and squint enough, they remind you of that person that was on that run. I think Tony Ferguson was good. The way he would hit these guys, they would look like they were bludgeoned. I just think he lost something in the Justin Gaethje fight. Middle of the pandemic, no people in the arena, fighting Justin Gaethje for 5 rounds, getting beat up for as long as that took. I thought he lost something in that fight, and he just never looked the same afterwards. But not many people don't lose something when they fight Justin Gaethje. Justin Gaethje takes a little part of you that you don't get back, so I don't think you can blame Tony Ferguson for that. Meanwhile, Jon Fury laughs at Ngannou's embarrassing open workout ahead of his fight with Jon's son and heavyweight world champion Tyson Fury.
Just seen Francis Ngannou and Mike Tyson and that so-called trainer that's got the pads on in the open workout. I hope he's kidding along and he's playing possum here. I hope that's a joke and intended to be a laugh, because if it's not, he ain't got a prayer. He ain't got a cat and hell chance. He won't get out of the first round. It's probably going to be Tyson's quickest knockout. But you know what? It's got to be kidology, that. It's got to be fun and games, because if that's what he's got, well, God help him, he'll get smashed to bits. That's all I'm saying, mate. That's embarrassing. If that's what he can do on a public workout, don't bother doing a public workout. It's a disgrace.
And a former opponent of Francis in Stipe opens up on not getting the Ngannou trilogy fight that he really wanted. It definitely sucks. I definitely wanted that trilogy, but unfortunately that's the way the cookie crumbles. Listen, he's on to bigger and better things. And having fought Ngannou twice before, he knows how devastating that power can be, and weighs in on the Ngannou vs Fury fight. On paper, Tyson Fury is one of the best boxers of all time, amazing at what he does, but Francis hits really hard. It's a fight. Anything can happen. I wish him nothing but the best. I hope he shocks the world. Stipe's next opponent, as you all know, is Jon Jones at UFC 295 for the heavyweight championship. Jones was just interviewed and revealed what his mindset was like in the Dominic Reyes fight, where he actually considered giving up.
I was fighting Dominic Reyes, and it was in round 1. He hit me with like a spinning back kick to the face, and then he punched me in the stomach, and I hit the floor, and it was technically a knockdown. And even the look that he had in his eyes and the way he talked to me before the fight, telling me he was a multi-sport athlete, and he was giving me a true fucking run for my money. He was the only other person to do it to me outside of Gustafsson. And I remember thinking to myself, hey, you've had a great career. You've done a lot of great things. This kid, he wants it. He's hungry for it. Jon, it's okay. It's okay if you come up short in this one. Like, just don't let him knock you out. But you know, you can just kind of skate through this one and let him have it. Let the kid have it, Jon. That's a decision to give up on yourself. It's a fucking decision. And something just as clear as that other boy said, fuck that.
Now, some of you might believe a fight should be stopped early rather than giving a fighter more damage, while you filthy animals want Steve Mazzagatti back in the octagon. But here's one I think we can all agree is disgusting and a complete lack of restraint. This was in fact a foul, and what Liam Harrison says to be the worst he's ever seen, and literally could have killed the guy.
That's fucking illegal.
So I'ma let my chest poke out just a little. I'm headed to the top, can't stop in the middle. We are on the rise, so keep watching the skies.